Hey, what's going on, YouTube? This is Mike McKinstry with Bassquatch Hunter TV. We're doing our second volume of our coffee talk. So, I always choose oversized coffee mugs, so I know I'm going to hear comments just like last time about how my coffee mug makes my hand look small, but this is an oversized coffee mug, so I can fit more coffee in it. This one is from Third Man Records in Nashville, Tennessee, too. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have a chat. Anything that we feel like talking about. We'll do questions and answers. We'll do topics. Anything you want to talk about until this coffee is gone. Once the coffee is gone, then we will end the video. So I want to start out with a few points that I wanted to go over. First of all, I am extremely happy to hear that a lot of my friends down in Florida are safe. The hurricane did not do as much damage in all of Florida. Now, there's still a lot of areas in Florida that were affected, and a lot of people that were affected. And my heart, and my prayers go out to those families who were affected by the hurricane. But I am very happy to hear that it wasn't as bad as they thought, as far as how much of the state was going to be affected. Same thing with, from what I heard, with Georgia and, going north, it's not going to be as bad. But I hope everybody's safe. I hope everybody stays safe. And I hope everyone recovers as quickly as possible. I wish I could be there to help, and I wish I could do more. I have donated to multiple different charities. I know my wife has donated to a lot of the animal charities and shelters down there as well. So if you guys have not donated and you have anything to donate, please make sure you look up appropriate charities down there and donate, because everybody down there that was affected needs all the help they can get. So secondly, today is September 11th, and it's a tough date for everybody in America to kind of remember what happened. But at the same time, it's kind of a good time for everyone to reflect and kind of band together and realize that all the crazy crap that everyone's been going through lately, and all the segregation and the public arguing and protest, and people need to kind of remember and almost be humbled by the fact that this date brought us all together to fight one cause, and it made us stronger than ever. So if anything, this should be an inspiration as well. We should all band together, stop fighting, stop bickering, stop the childish behavior, and let's grow up and stand up for what we believe in and what we care about and what we love. But and again, my heart goes out, and I can't imagine what everybody went through on September 11th, everyone that was involved. I remember watching it when it happened. I was in high school, and we had a late start day is what they called them, where we didn't have to go in until later in the day. And I remember seeing it happen live on TV and seeing the attack, and I didn't know what was happening. I didn't think it was real. I didn't understand exactly what was going on, because it just didn't register that could be an attack. But I'll never forget going to school that day and just seeing everyone's reaction. And my wrestling coach, one of the toughest people I knew, big beefy bodybuilder guy. He was a lifelong Marine, and he was running down the halls screaming with tears coming down his face. And that's when it kind of hit me, like how serious that attack was, and how deeply rooted it actually was too. So either way, I don't want to harp on that subject. It's kind of a tough thing to talk about, but either way, thoughts and prayers go out to everybody and all the servicemen who have served and who are serving. And I have some close personal friends that were serving, and all you guys know them too. Chad Hoover is a Navy vet. Gene Jensen is an Army vet. My best friend Chris Burkhart was a Navy corpsman. He's a Navy vet. There's so many guys. His brother Justin. I mean, there's so many people that in the sport alone that were involved in the military or are involved in the military. So make sure you guys shout out to them and thank them for their service. And it's kind of why we are where we are today, and why we're able to do stuff like a YouTube video, because we are free. So let's lighten the mood a little bit. yesterday we had our last Heroes on the Water event, which is a charity to get veterans out on the water and meet some new people and have a good time. So we had our last one for our chapter, the Southeast Michigan chapter, yesterday, and it was awesome. We had a great time. Some great people showed up, and not a lot of fish were caught yesterday, but the weather has been so weird up here. It goes from 75, 80 degrees to 40 degrees at night, so it's been throwing off the fishing a lot, but most of us were able to catch some fish, and it was a lot of fun. And I got to catch a fish. It's the first time I've been out fishing in like a week. So it's the first time I got to catch a fish on the Z-Man hog. So that was pretty cool. And it worked just like it was supposed to. And it outfished every other bait that I threw because it's the only bait that I caught fish on yesterday. And I threw everything. So kudos to the guys at Z-Man for making an awesome hybrid bait. It's a mix between a craw and a finesse worm. So during this video, if you guys have any questions, any topics, anything at all you want to talk about, please post them below in the comments and I will answer them as they come up or after the video if they are lost in the scroll here. I know it's during the day and most people are at work right now, and so these are supposed to be like calmer videos with not a lot of people on them, so we can kind of just have time to talk and hang out a little bit. It's like the only time I actually get an opportunity to sit around and kind of just shoot the crap a little bit, I guess, is in between editing videos and like the middle of my day, like between 11 and noon. So today I am working on, I have like 4, let me look at my board. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 product videos to shoot, and I'm going to try to get 3 of them done in the studio today, and then I'll be hitting the water tomorrow and be doing that. Let me see who just commented. The Wacky Fisherman, Mike Clark. Let me see how did the Heroes on the Water go? Any pics posted? I literally just mentioned that one too, dude. You're like 2 minutes too late. So Heroes on the Water was awesome again, and it was a great time. The weather was amazing. There's pictures. If you go to the Michigan Heroes on the Water Southeast Michigan, or Heroes on the Water Southeast Michigan chapter Facebook page, you'll see a lot of pictures posted. When we got out there, the fog was incredible. You couldn't even see in front of you. It was so thick. It was beautiful. So there's a lot of pictures of us paddling out in the fog and a lot of cool stuff. So make sure you guys go check that out. Go to the Michigan Heroes on the Water, the Southeast Michigan page, and look at some of the pictures from yesterday. Or look at my Facebook page, because I posted a few too. So, I'm going to be working on those product videos today in the studio. And I'll be hitting some later on the water. I keep missing comments. They disappear so quick on here. Bill posted, "What's up, Mike?" Or "What up, Mikes?" Because Mike Clark's on here too. That's funny. What's up, Bill? How you doing, man? Good late morning to you. I can't really say good morning after like 7 a.m. because I know a lot of us get up at 6 to 7 a.m. So like 8 or 9 is my cutoff for morning. After like 10:30 or 11, then it's kind of like afternoon. Well, it's not legally or technically afternoon, but it's, you know what I mean. So either way, good late morning. So, what else we're going to talk about today? I'm going to give away some decals today. Thanks, Bill. Yeah, this mug actually has a cool story. So, this mug is from Third Man Records, which is Jack White's record label in Nashville, Tennessee. And this came from his studio, and it was a gift. I guess there's a little bit more to the story, but I don't need to go through it. But either way, so I try to use a different mug. Every time I do one of these videos, I'm a huge coffee mug dude. I don't know why, but when I find oversized coffee mugs that can hold more than a cup of coffee, then I like to buy them. So I have a whole cupboard full of oversized coffee mugs. Like this one, you can tell how big it is. It's like a cup and a half or 2 cups of coffee, I guess. It's like halfway full. I'm taking 2 sips. And I use the largest cup setting I have in my Keurig, so either way, I'm a huge coffee mug dude. I like coffee mugs. Anyway, I'm going to give away some decals today. And I was going to do some kind of live contest on here, but since it's kind of early and people are at work and um, it's not going to be as busy of a video, then I figured what I'm going to do is if anybody wants a Bassquatch decal, I don't have a whole lot of them left. I've been going through merchandise like crazy. So if you want a Bassquatch decal, send me a private message on Facebook. You can either send it through the Bassquatch Facebook page or you can send it through my personal Facebook page. It doesn't matter either way. Or you can message me through YouTube right here and send me a message with your address and that you want a decal, and I will send you a decal for free. And we'll limit it to the first, we'll say 15 people, because I don't have a whole lot of them left yet. I got to order some more. And I'm going to be redoing this logo and doing some new decals soon. But either way, let me know. I'll be going through merch like crazy. I sold out of, I think, every design I had for my Bassquatch clothing. I sold out of every shirt that I had, except I have 2 left actually, and they are a 2XL of the beard shirt and an extra large of the hairy shirt. So those are literally the last 2 shirts I have left. So I sold out of them really quick. And I think I have 1 hat left in stock right now as far as the clothing ones go. But I do have the new Bassquatch Hunter TV hats, which are these right here. There's five different styles of these that will be on the website soon. I could probably grab a couple and show you those. Hey, what's up, Gunther? How you doing, man? Oh yeah, and I did see a comment from Rich. Had a great time yesterday. I got to experience a new lake with new people. Yeah, Rich, it was awesome, dude. I'm so glad you got to come out. And we had a great time. It was really cool meeting you and Todd. And you guys are really good dudes. And hopefully next time we all meet up, we'll get more fish. Yesterday, like I said earlier, was a tough day for fishing for sure. It was tough locating them yesterday. But we will get on the water again soon and get on some more fish very soon. Let me grab some of these Bassquatch, the new hats. Alright, so we're going to show 4 of them because the 5th one was kind of buried in that box. But so there's 5 different styles of these new hats that we have. This one is one of my favorite. It's kind of a military green, but it's a really cool, like, soft material. I don't even know how to describe it, but it doesn't feel, it's really cool. I wear this one a lot too. So there's this one, it's military green with a logo on the front. And these are all mesh back, but they're super soft mesh. It's not like that really hard mesh, and they have Velcro backs on them. So there's this one, which is the green. There's a traditional black and white, where it's black on the front, white mesh on the back, another Velcro enclosure. So this one's got like a hard, it's called backroom, but it's a hard mid-profile top. Where this one right here has no backing, so it's soft, which is kind of like the one I'm wearing now because I like these ones. So they're super low profile and very comfortable and kind of floppy. This one is a structured hat, so it has the firmer front, but it's only a mid-profile, so it's not super tall. Then there's the same hat as that black and white one, but this one in navy and gray. So this has a gray back with a navy front. And then also the one I'm wearing, which is black on the front, gray on the sides, and it's incredibly, like, really soft mesh on the side, and it's no structure again, and this one's a snapback. This is the only snapback one. The other ones are all Velcro. But those are the new ones coming to you. They will be on the website very soon, or if you want one ahead of time, you can always send me a private message. You can always send me a private message or message me through the Bassquatch Facebook page or the Bassquatch Clothing Facebook page. So if you go to Bassquatch Clothing Co. on Facebook, you can shoot me a message from there and let me know which hat you want. The hats are going to be $25 each, including shipping. It's free shipping anywhere in the U.S., and That's all included, so there's no extra charges for shipping. So if you do want one of those hats before they go on the website, which hopefully will be this week, I've been so busy, I haven't had time to take pictures of the new hats and get them on the website and load them up. But if you want one, shoot me a message on there or shoot me a message on here, I guess, whatever. Either way, and we'll get that all set up and shipped out. So here's some exciting news. So every month I do a video that I call an experience video. My favorite one I've done so far is, well, there's two of them. The two of my favorite ones I've done so far is the Upstate New York video, which has the most views out of any of them I've done. I think it's at like 32,000 or 31,000 views now, which it's amazing. So thank you to all you guys, for all you supporters who are watching my videos and sharing my videos. And I can't believe that video got so many views, but it's only been like a little over a month maybe that it's been posted, and it's over 31,000. So I know everyone liked that video a lot, obviously, because it got viewed and shared a whole lot. If you haven't seen it, make sure you go in my channel and look at the Upstate New York video and let me know what you guys think. Comment on that video and let me know if you guys like that video and what you liked about it. And make sure you share it too. So there's that video. Then the other one that I did that I had so much fun shooting this video, and I had so much fun editing this video. So it made this video one of my favorites too. And that's the video I did with Gene Jensen. I did a 2-part video with him because we had so much footage. I had a camera crew and we had 6 cameras rolling or something. So I had so much footage from the video that we decided to do 2 separate videos. But that video was so much fun to shoot. Gene is such a cool dude, and I learned so much just from hanging out with the guy and just staying up late on the couch asking questions is pretty much what that whole. He stayed over for, I think he was out here for 2 days, and just asking questions was awesome. I mean, I got to learn so much from that guy. And then once we got on the water, we were just razzing each other like crazy. We had a great time. We had a little side bet going, which he had to wear one of my Bassquatch hats in the video. And that was so much fun. And the editing process for that video was a blast. I had so much fun. So I made that video like a super cinematic, like I was trying to go for like a 300 style video, but for fishing. So when I filmed or edited that video, that's what I had in my mind. I was thinking 300 without the abs and without the fighting. So, substitute the bodybuilders that were in 300 and replace that with some overweight fishermen, and that's what we had. But either way, it was a blast. I had so much fun editing and filming that video. So make sure you check out the Gene Jensen videos, part 1 and part 2. If you haven't seen those, make sure you share those, comment on those too. But I have a new one coming up. So I'm going to be filming this weekend. And I'm not traveling anywhere exotic. I'm not traveling super far. I'm going about 5 hours away from my house. But I am doing a little hidden rock quarry in a different state, and I'm not announcing the location of that one yet because I'm still working on some details with the Tourism Bureau in the city. So I might not be releasing the exact location. It all depends on how that works out. But there's a rock quarry that is beautiful and it's pretty massive, and I'm gonna go hit that on Saturday. And I'm going to hit that with some good friends, and it's going to be a good group of people. So this whole entire trip, it's a 2-day trip. 2 different locations, 2 days. We're going to be on the road and stopping at a hotel in between and then on the road again. And this is going to be the coolest video. In my opinion, this will be the coolest video that I've shot so far. Depending on the weather and our fishing, obviously, making sure everything goes well. But my wife is going to be in this video with me, which I'm so excited for finally. She's going to be in the experience video, and so is my best friend, Chris Burkhart. So me, Chris, and my wife are going to be traveling to 2 different locations on Saturday and Sunday this weekend. They're both about 2 hours away from each other, but a total of maybe 5-6 hours from my house. But we're doing a hidden rock quarry on Saturday, and then on Sunday, we're going out with a record-holding muskie fisherman, and we are going to target muskie on Sunday. I'm excited as heck for that. That is going to be a blast. I've never targeted muskie specifically in a kayak. I've caught muskie on accident. I've never specifically targeted them in a kayak. So we're going to this place, and it's going to be I'm hoping it's going to be incredible. And this guy is very knowledgeable with muskie and with this lake. So we should have a good time and a good chance and a good probability of getting some good fish. But the weather's supposed to be perfect. I have some really cool gear coming. I have FX Rods, which is my fishing rod sponsor. And also, I was a very proud and happy customer of theirs for a little over a year before they were actually my sponsor. But they make some of the best rods on the market. And they're like $130. Like 120 to 130 for super high-end rods. And the warranty is a 3-year, no questions asked warranty. So if you break it, you lose it, you get it stolen, you run it over, you slam it in your tailgate, in your car door, anything, it's covered for 3 years. So make sure you guys check out fxcustomrods.com because you don't want to miss out on that. Those are the best rods. That's all I use now. I have an assortment of almost every size and style they make, and I've used them like crazy. I've caught fish on every one of them. It's the most sensitive rod I've ever used. It's like I'm fishing with a millennial. It's incredible. Anyway, so FX Rods is sending me some 3 rods to use for the muskie trip. So I'll have some heavier rods than I normally have for the muskie trip. So you'll get to see how those rods are working out for me on the trip. Hopefully I don't end up fighting the fish wrong or anything like that and causing damage, but that's all up to the angler. I've seen people catch muskie on ultralight rods, and I've seen people catch muskie on 10-foot rods. So it all depends on how you fight the fish, which I hope I can do correctly. But you'll see how those rods perform in that video. Also, I have some 8-inch paddle tails made out of Elastec from Z-Man, and the Elastec material you can stretch. I can slam it in my door and walk away 5 feet with it. It stretches out to this thin, and then it goes right back to where it was. So the muskie can't tear those up. It's incredibly hard to get the swim baits torn up by muskie, and they're 8 inches. They're big paddle tails. So I got 3 packages of those to go through, and some 3/4 ounce, the Ned Locks, which is these right here with the keeper on the shaft. I have a couple packs of these with a 3/4 ounce swim head on them to use for those. So we'll be using those. Then we have some Ardent reels that are being lent to us from Mike Clark, also known as the Wacky Fisherman. He's donating or letting us borrow 3 Ardent reels to try out for that trip with fishing line and 100-pound fluorocarbon leaders. So thank you for that, dude, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. So we're filming that this weekend, and I will be editing that video the following week. So it's going to be a really quick turnaround, I hope. As long as everything goes smoothly, next week you guys will see both those videos coming out. Or at least one of them will be out next week, depending on how they go, obviously. So I'm super excited for that. We'll be traveling to some really cool cities, too. So that's for this month. So my filming schedule is, I'm pretty much booked the rest of this month. And then I am also shooting for the tattoo shop still, which I got this done at. If you guys haven't seen this yet, make sure you look at the pictures on my page. This is the amazing, I don't know if I get closer. That's the amazing bass fish with the lifeline in the middle, the pulse line with the camera in the center. This was done by a fellow kayak fisherman named Larry Farley, so make sure you Google him and check out his work. He's incredible. He works at a shop here in Michigan, and I'm filming for them right now too and doing a video for the tattoo shop. So that'll be a lot of fun. And what else do we got going on? You guys are being pretty quiet this morning, but I'm assuming that it's a Monday and everyone's got a case of the Mondays. If you guys aren't going to the KBF National Championship, I just thought of this because I'm wearing my kayak bass fishing shirt, which you guys can get at kayakbassfishing.com as well. If you're not going to the KBF National Championship in March, then you should try to go. There's still plenty of opportunities to qualify and to get in on the action, but it is the first ever $100,000. It's amazing to even say that $100,000 kayak fishing tournament. So the winner of that event will walk away with the minimum of $100,000. Wow. So, and it's not just first place, by the way. They pay out a huge amount of the field gets paid out. So you could do pretty well and not win the tournament and walk out of there with a few months mortgage payment covered. So I just want to touch base on this really quick. $100,000 prize in a kayak bass fishing tournament. So let that soak in for a minute. That's $100,000. So I don't know what that is after taxes and after expenses and everything like that. But either way, somebody is most likely paying off their mortgage from a fishing tournament, or buying a new house or buying a new car in cash. Like, it just blows my mind. Like, do you know how many Bassquatch hunter hats you could buy with $100,000? You can message me and I will give you an invoice whenever you win, by the way. But it's incredible. It's such an amazing opportunity, and it's just incredible. So really quick, yeah, Bill just said at St. Clair at the end of the month. So on Lake St. Clair, up here in Michigan, it's one of the best smallmouth fisheries in the country. So my group, the Kayak Anglers of the Midwest, hosted a KBF trail event out there a few months back, and it was amazing. Nobody skunked. Everybody caught fish. There was a 20-inch smallmouth caught that day by Bo, the kid that won, who's an awesome fisherman. And it was such a good day out there. And, boat traffic wasn't bad that day, which we got really lucky. It was nice. So there's another event out there this month, September 30th. It's probably going to be one of the last opportunities to qualify in Michigan. Depending on the weather, obviously. It could be snowing in October, you never know. But it's definitely the last trail event of the year in Michigan. So it is being hosted by Kayak Fish the Great Lakes. So if you guys get a chance, then make sure you guys come out to that tournament, come out to the event, and it'll be a lot of fun. I'm not positive if I'm going to be there or not yet. I'm still trying to figure that out. I want to be there. I want to compete, actually, in that event because I love fishing that lake, and I want to hang out with everybody. But it's an extremely, extremely busy weekend, and there's like 4 events on the same day that I'm trying to figure out if I can kind of juggle everything. But yeah, so there is that event come up on St. Clair. Anyway, so KBF, $100,000. It's incredible. I just can't. So all the work that you've seen Chad Hoover do for the last 8 or 9 years, 10 years, or however long you've been following what he's been doing, everything he's been doing in the sport has kind of culminated. It's all led up to this event. Like, he's built up so much to make it possible to have a $100,000 tournament. And that's incredible to me. I mean, you've seen it evolve from, a 25,000, 35,000, 100,000. What's it going to be next year? 150,000, 200,000, maybe 100,000 again. Maybe there's going to be multiple tournaments next year instead and spreading it out more. The possibilities are endless. And so, kudos to Chad Hoover, all the guys at KBF. I mean, the stuff they do for the sport, we wouldn't be able to have the platform we have if it wasn't for how big the sport has gotten. So everybody that grows the sport and actually puts a positive impact on the sport is the reason why we can do what we do. So if you're not helping the sport in a positive way, whether it's going out and having a good time and posting pictures, or getting your buddies involved and telling them how much fun the sport is, or if it's running your own Facebook group or fishing group, or hosting your own tournaments, or doing YouTube videos, whatever you're doing in the sport, if you're not doing it in a positive way and with the mindset to help others, then you're in it for the wrong reasons. And there's no point of you being here because you're causing the problems that are in the sport. But if you're in it for the right reasons, if you're in the sport to try to do as much as you can to build a sport, like a lot of guys have done, like Chad and Gene, there's so many people that have done such a great job in the sport to cause awareness and build up the sport. Then thank you guys, for everybody, for doing that, because it might go unpaid, but it doesn't go unnoticed. And it's opened up doors for someone like me where I can come in and do YouTube videos. I can film for products. I can go out and fish every day. I can go borrow kayaks from retail stores and take people out on demo events. I mean, there's so many things that I get to do in the sport that I would never be able to do if it wasn't for the work that these guys have done and continue to do. So cheers to all those guys and to all of you guys that have any contributions to the sport at all. Every little bit helps, whether it's big or small. It doesn't matter if you're impacting 1,000 people or 2 people or 1 person. As long as you're impacting somebody in a positive way in the sport, then you're doing a great job, and it's very, very appreciated. Coffee is almost gone. Last video took me an hour to finish my coffee because I talked so much. But either way, so let me see what the comments were. I missed a couple comments, I think. Rich said, Chad is proving what you can do with a vision. And I totally agree, Rich. We don't make, anybody who does anything in the sport, I guess, doesn't make a lot of money. I mean, if you win the KBF National Championship and win $100,000, then yeah, you did pretty well. Then you made some good money this year. But you also probably spent a ridiculous amount of money to get to the point where you could win that tournament, which people don't realize that. And, people see someone, like the guy who won last year, for example, he won roughly $35,000. And I heard so many people whispering and, oh, he won $35,000, it must be nice. And it's like, he probably spent, and I'm just ballparking, I do not know this for a fact, these are my opinions only, he probably spent a good $20,000 that year. And that's for fishing gear, for traveling, for doing tournaments, if not more. I'm sure he spent more, actually. But he could have spent around $20,000. On top of that, you have your gas driving everywhere, you have your wear and tear in your vehicle driving everywhere, your insurance, all the stuff that's accumulated to allow him to fish for that event. So people always see that the wrong way. It's kind of like when you own a business. So I used to own a bar, and I used to have people come in the bar all the time and say, oh, you're making money hand over fist, and you're making so much money, it must be nice. And I used to look at them, and I was so confused because I was making less than my bartenders most of the time. And I was working 18-hour days, and I was, sacrificing everything. If I lost that business, I lost everything. If my bartender lost the business, or if I lost the business, the bartender just goes to get another job. It's not a big deal. They don't lose anything. So all the risk falls on the people that take the responsibility. And all the risk also falls on the people that are brave enough to take the jump. And the good part about that is the reward also comes to the person that takes the risk. So if you don't take the risk, you can't get the rewards. But if you don't take the risk, then you can live in your safe bubble. So it's kind of a trade-off. So when people jump in the sport head first and do this for a living, there's definitely some sacrifices. I know that firsthand. Crazy sacrifices. And obviously huge pay cuts from what you're used to, stability, everything changes. Luckily, I've been self-employed almost my entire life. I've been self-employed, and that's how I was raised. It's always better to create a job than it is to find a job. So I've always had that mindset. So it's nothing new to me as far as starting over in something and sacrificing and having the struggle of starting something new. But it's also nothing new to me to know how to fight and, get down and dirty and work 20-hour days and do what I got to do to make things work. So either way, the guys that do anything in the sport, and I hate turning this back around to one person, but Chad Hoover is just a really good example of what I'm talking about. So I don't know his whole story either, but I know that he started doing the fishing stuff while he was still in the military. So he never really had like $100,000 or anything to start with. He didn't start out with a $1 million loan from his parents. There was nothing like that to start the kayak bass fishing world that he started. It was just a crap load of hard work and sacrifices and compromises and dealing with haters and dealing with negativity and just pushing. And he's one of the guys that motivated me to keep on pushing, I guess. So, that's why I give him a lot of credit for stuff. It's not because I'm kissing butt or anything, because there's no reason to do that with a guy like that, because he understands that I respect him and, we have a mutual respect for each other and what each other does. So either way, that dude built the kayak bass fishing empire starting with nothing. And to me, it's just inspiring and it's amazing. And it's cool because you get to see people that get to win $40,000 or $100,000 for a fishing tournament, that their lives get to change because of the things that he sacrificed. So either way, I don't want to keep on ranting about this part because it's going to just ramble on. But that's how I got started. And what I'm doing too is because I decided to sacrifice a lot on my end so other people can benefit in the sport and the sport could grow. So I guess that's all I'm trying to get at. But yeah, so kayak bass fishing. I thought of that whole rant, like 20-minute rant started because I noticed I was wearing my KBF shirt today. So that's how these coffee talks work. Is they're fully unscripted. I don't take notes beforehand. You can see this is blank. This is for me to take notes on in case someone posts a question on here that I don't know the answer to right away. I can write the question down. I can find the facts and get the right information later and then reply to it later. So I always keep a notebook near me when I do videos because I don't know everything, obviously, and I never will. So there's a lot of people that know more than I do about certain things, and I use them for their information and their knowledge so I can learn, and that's what I keep this for. So these videos are totally unscripted. I don't even have topics in mind before I start them. I don't have dates in mind when I'm going to do them. I just literally decide that I need a break from sitting in my computer or from working on my kayak, and I want to do a live video and hang out with people. So let's turn it over to you guys. Let's get some questions rolling, some topics rolling. I know there's not a whole lot of people on the video because it is a work day on a Monday, but post some stuff on here so we can get some other conversations going. Any concerns, questions, topics, pretty much anything. Go ahead and post it on there. We can start calling these videos Rambling with Bassquatch instead of Coffee with Bassquatch. Gunther posted, any news with Feel Free? Yes, there is a lot of news. Before I get to that, Larry Farley just commented, what kind of coffee do you drink? Which the question isn't that exciting, but I will say that that's the guy that just commented. Click his picture on his comment because he is the mastermind who did this fish on my arm, and he's an amazing tattoo artist. So Larry Farley, I hope you had an awesome honeymoon. He just went on his honeymoon, unless you're still on your honeymoon. And if you're on your honeymoon right now and you're on my video, then that's awesome. But if you're home, I hope you had an awesome honeymoon, and congratulations on getting married. That's incredible. It's awesome. It's the best thing I ever did in my entire life was marry my best friend, so hats off to you. And either way, so there is news from Feel Free, and the coffee I drink is the breakfast blend in my Keurig. So if that matters to anybody. And Larry, thank you, dude, because you're an amazing person. He's an awesome dude. He came out to my kayak angler games and had a blast, and we had so much fun meeting everybody, and he does such amazing work. So I have quite a bit of I have a lot of tattoos. I don't know how many exactly, but I have my chest done, I have this arm done, I have this arm done, I have my back, I have my wrist both done, a couple spots, and I've never had compliments on a tattoo as much as I have with this fish. So this fish, I showed this off at the Paddle Sports Retailer Expo in Wisconsin, and I had people that I've never met come up to me and go, hey, dude, we saw your fish on Facebook. Dude, can we see it? And I was like, okay. Because I posted pictures of it the day it happened, obviously. But I've had so many compliments on this, and so many people have been asking me, even out of state, like, how do I get a hold of this guy? It's just, let me do a close-up of it. Let me get closer to the camera here so you can actually see the detail on that fish. It came out so freaking amazing, and it didn't even hurt nearly as bad as I thought it was going to. So either way, thank you, Larry. I appreciate it, dude. I can't wait to see you when you get back in town because we are doing some more work. I'm so excited. We're going to be doing my whole left sleeve, and it's going to be awesome. So Gunther asked, is there news from Feel Free? So there's a lot of cool stuff coming from Feel Free. The Feel Free Dorado is going to be out before the spring of next year, which is going to change the whole kayak world. The Dorado is, I've never been so excited for anything in the kayak world. The Dorado is a beast. It's 38 inches wide, 12 and a half feet long. It's built for the pedal drive. It's got a sonar pod in the front, still a sonar hatch. It's got an open bow. It's got a new hull design for speed and stability. It's got inside storage, rod holders. I mean, it's just you guys can check that out on my channel on the iCast video I did. You can see the Dorado. They also have the Three Waters kayak line that's coming out, which is going to be sold at a lot of the sporting goods stores, and it's $9.99 for a 12-foot kayak that is the same hull design as the Dorado. I did a live video at the paddle sports retailer standing on the seat the first time I ever paddled one of those kayaks, and I stood up on the high level seat. It's a metal frame seat, kind of similar to a lot of the other kayak brands out there, with the mesh on the top and back, and it's a high back seat. It's got a high-low setting plus an angled setting, so it's got 3 settings, and that's a sweet kayak, and it's under $1,000 for a 12-foot kayak that's that stable, and it has inside rod storage too. And then the 10-footer is only $7.99. That's a great kayak too. And then they have the Lure 2, which is the tandem feel-free lure. That thing is so awesome. I really hope I get to get on one of those this year. I know my wife would love it. But you can put the pedal drive in the front, and the person in the back doesn't have to move anything. You can just have the pedal drive, the front person, and the back can just relax. So it's perfect for kids, to take your kids on the water, take your wife on the water. You can switch on and off. You can actually exchange seats. That's how stable this thing is. So the person in the front can stand up, walk to the back seat, and the person in the back seat can step over the front seat, and you can switch who's paddling or pedaling in the overdrive while you're on the water with no problems. I mean, you can't do that in a tandem kayak normally, so this thing is incredible. I'm excited to use it because I can have a camera guy in the back or the front, either way, controlling the boat while I'm fishing in the back and stuff, so it's going to be like being on a bass boat again, but in a kayak. They also have the overdrive, obviously, will be out this month, and trust me, you guys will see that all over my... So, I just had a phone call, sorry about that. I had a phone call from my wife. So, I don't know if that ended my video completely, or if it started over, or what happened, but... on that note, we're going to end the video either way because my coffee is pretty much finished, and we'll see you guys next time on the water. So make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, share the video, and check out BassquatchHunter.com for all of the info. I will see you guys on the water soon.